Facebook. Good morning. I am thinking I might like to do a weekly podcast, not podcast, hello, I'm so tired. Facebook Live um, to update all of you about where in the world you can travel right now. Um, I will normally be joined here by my sleeping dog, Pearl, and I'm sitting in my office. So let's get started. So first of all, I just want to say that even though we are in the middle of a pandemic, you can travel globally, and there are many places that you can travel. I also want to say that I'm not here to put a gun to your head and tell you travel now. Everybody has to do what they feel comfortable doing. I can only tell you what's available to you if you are interested in traveling. I can also share with you which airlines are doing the best job because some of them I give an F and some of them I give an A plus. And if you decide to travel and you want to work with me, I will go over all of the COVID restrictions and what travel will look like for you, and also recommend airlines for you that are doing the better job. As many of you know, I just returned from Mexico over a week ago. I am happy to say I did a COVID test twice, and I do not have COVID. I tested negative both times. So I did travel safely uh, for 12 days. I was in Mexico. I was on an airline that I would give an F2, so I was very happy to know that I am COVID negative. So let's get started. I know that for me, and of course, this goes without saying, this is a terrible time for our entire globe. It's a terrible time for our country, and it's a terrible time for many of us, the things that we have all given up with COVID, and for the sick people and the hard workers. So I just want to say that goes without saying. But if you are ready to travel like me, for me, travel is like a lifeline. Then, I just want to provide you some information on where you can travel because people think like the world is closed and it's really not. You will have to make some adjustments with regards to face masks and dining. And again, if you're interested in one of these locations, please contact me. I'm happy to go over any information that you need. So presently, there are 45 destinations around the globe that are open to Americans. That's right. You can dust off your passport, and there are 45 destinations. And I'm going to share a couple of them as well. So first, of course, the Caribbean is open. Now, not all the Caribbean countries are available to Americans, and each one has their own specific rules. Most of them will require a PCR test and proof of negative COVID within 5 days of your travel. These are very easy to get these days. So, that shouldn't obstruct you from traveling. And I'm going to just go over a couple of the countries that I would like to highlight that are available in the Caribbean. And those are Antigua, Barbados, St. Bart's, St. Lucia, Turks and Caicos, St. Martin, Puerto Rico, and Jamaica. And again, these are very easy to get to. They have availability for what we call in our industry festive, meaning just the holidays. There's usually a 10-night minimum stay. They have been very flexible with their cancellation policies because they want you back. So if you are getting sick of the cold and you want to dust off your passport, I highly recommend going to the Caribbean. Which would also lead me to Mexico and Central America. Again, as many of you know, I just traveled to Mexico. I was there for 10 days. I visited over 14 properties. It was a really educational trip for me, and I would love to share that information about which resorts are right for you. And I can tell you that the government has over 200 protocols for every destination that you go to there. They take it very seriously. I know if you go to the CDC website or the government website, there are warnings, and yes, COVID exists around the globe. I would say that the majority of COVID is located in Mexico City, and I felt extremely safe and secure in all the locations I visited. Um, I mean, right when I got off the plane, my luggage was sprayed. You could tell the car that picked me up was just cleaned. There's cleaning products everywhere. There's, disinfecting protocols like you cannot believe. And many of these resorts have hired hygiene managers, if you can believe it, because they want to make sure that their standards are being met on a daily basis. So I strongly recommend going to Mexico. The next one is Nicaragua. I have a wonderful, wonderful eco resort that I work with there called Morgan's Rock. It is 5-star barefoot luxury. I mean, like Prince William has been there. They have, it's unbelievable. It's on 400 acres. You can fly into Nicaragua or Costa Rica, and then it's like a 2-hour drive from there. I will show it to you in a minute. But again, a fabulous place with a beautiful beach. They have great kids programs, 5-star dining all the way, and there's a lot to do there. And also with Panama, similarly, I have many properties that I work with in Panama that are excellent for social distancing, private villas, etc. Now in Europe, so the countries that I recommend in Europe right now, and these are really the only ones open unless you want to, of course, quarantine for 2 weeks, which many of you cannot. And that would be Croatia. Now, many people think, oh, Croatia in the summer because of the beautiful weather, people like to explore it by boat. But of course, Croatia offers much more than that. And I can't tell you how great it would be to visit Croatia right now, especially if you're into history, because there's no crowds. You don't have any cruise ships coming in. You will get the 5-star service that people have become accustomed to there. And there is a lot to see and do in Croatia. And paired with that, you can also go to Albania and Montenegro. So, don't think Croatia is only for the summer. However, if you want to book Croatia for next summer, I'm happy to do that for you as well. But shoulder season is a great time to visit. The temperatures are a little bit cooler and you can tour just as nicely as you did before with less crowd. So again, can't think of a better time to go to Croatia. Also, we have Africa. So in East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, and Rwanda are open. And I can tell you several of my travel advisor friends are there right now, and they are having the most unbelievable experiences with the game drives and the wildlife because, again, there is just a lack of crowds. So, oh gosh, am I still live? Yes. Okay. Sorry, this is like the first time I'm doing this and my computer's going all wonky donkey. Okay. So anyway, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda. I was supposed to go to Tanzania next month. However, I canceled my trip only because I have some things that I have to take care of with my family that prevented me from going. However, I would go in a heartbeat. So Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, they are welcoming you. The game drives are not crowded, and you can what is going on here? Okay. Anyway, good time to go to East Africa. I highly recommend it, and this is a great time to go. Also in Northern Africa, Egypt is open to Americans as well. I hear the prices to fly over there right now are excellent, and they are welcoming Americans. I have several wonderful companies that I work with in Egypt that will give you a 5-star experience. And you can see all the ancient history, again, less crowded and amazing time to go. In Asia, we have Maldives and French Polynesia are also open to Americans. And this, again, is a great time to go there. If you're going to fly, you'll probably go through Dubai. And Dubai is one of the only Emirates that is open to Americans right now. So, if you're thinking Maldives, you could do 2 or 3 nights in Dubai, do a little desert glamping, and head over to the Maldives where you can enjoy a wonderful vacation, relaxing in an over the water bungalow. Like, who does not want that right now? So that is my little update. I know it took a while on the destinations that I recommend that you book right now. Again, Caribbean, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Croatia, East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Egypt, and Maldives and French Polynesia. All of these places are welcoming you. There are protocols to keep you safe, and I am happy to guide you through the process. I also will say this, you need to look at your passports now. If they are expiring within 6 months of a departure date, you will not be allowed on a plane. And the passport offices are a little bit backlogged because of COVID. So if you think your passport is expiring, you might want to check and be a little proactive on that front, because you don't want to get excited to go and then learn that you can't because of your passport. So anyway, that is all I have to say this morning. I'm happy to take any questions. This is my first like travel live that I've ever done. So if you liked this, please let me know. I will probably do this on a weekly basis because I think it's really important, if you are dying to travel like me, just to know what's available to you and that you can feel safe and secure doing it. Again, if you're risk adverse, if you have high risk adversity, don't do this. It's not for you. You just have to know what is right for you and your family during this time. So thank you for listening, and that's it. Now I gotta end my live video. Yes, Heather, convince your husband. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to do a Zoom with your husband. I'm happy to talk to anybody.